name is Dr. Islam
Doctor.
Nomair. Yeah.
Okay, so you will be the first presenter. Oh, Dr.
Yes.
Islam, nice meeting you.
Nice to meet
Yeah.
you.
Mhm. We are waiting for Dr. Edward Nasser, and we will start. Okay, so
Okay.
you're going to talk about business ethics, and Dr. Nasser told me that you are very busy today.
I'm be honored to be with you today anyway.
Okay, well,
My
anyway,
pleasure.
okay, so after the presentations, you will be leaving, Dr. Islam.
Okay.
Okay, so what about if my students would like to ask you something? So should
No
I
problem.
send you? Oh, no problem. No
Not a problem.
problem. Oh, okay. Because Prof Nasser told me that you are very busy today. Let me check.
This meeting will take about 1 hour, right?
Yeah. 1 hour. 1 hour.
Okay.
1 hour. 1 hour only. So is it okay for you in one
Yes,
hour?
it's okay. Of course.
Great. I'm happy to hear that. Hello, Professor Nasser. Hello. Hello. Yeah, nice meeting you too. Uh, so what should I say in Arabic? How are you? I don't know
كيف
how.
حالك؟
I beg your pardon?
كيف حالك؟
Oh, la
In
kaifa.
Arabic language.
Yeah, kaifa haruk. Okay, is that correct?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Or,
Well,
or you could say good morning, صباح الخير.
good morning.
Good morning, صباح الخير.
Sahal khair. Is that
صباح الخير.
correct?
Good morning.
Good
But
morning,
I think
everyone.
it's afternoon in your country, right?
Yeah,
It's
it's
afternoon?
1 p.m. in the afternoon here. Yeah, in 1 p.m. here. So 7 in your country or 8 in your country?
Eight, eight.
8. Okay, so I told to
But in summer it was 7.
in summer. You are now having a summer.
Yes, yes.
Okay. So ladies and gentlemen, Budewi, Maswidi, could you pin Budewi also as the dean?
Yeah.
No, I need 4 persons pinned by Maswidi. Maswidi bisa dipinkan nggak Bu Dewinya? Okay, great. Okay, kok nggak muncul Bu Dewi? Okay. Prof. Nasart, here I would like to introduce you to Dr. Devi. He is the dean. Dr. Islam, she is the Ibu Dewi in DRC as the dean. She will welcome you. Just say hello and then we will start the meeting.
Hello, Assalamualaikum, Professor
Waalaikumsalam.
Nasar and Dr. Islam. Nice to meet you.
Okay, so can we
Pleased to
start?
meet you too. Pleased to
Can we
meet you,
start?
Professor. Okay.
Okay, can we start? Dr. Nasat, can we start? You unmute your microphone, please.
I think he got some problem in his microphone or something.
Yeah. Could you say in Arabic?
No, not a problem. Could I start or
Yeah, just a moment.
should we?
Just a moment. Just a moment. Oh, well, finally I can
Good
hear
morning.
you. Good morning. Great, Prof. Nasar.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
Yes.
Well, ladies and okay.
Boy.
Ladies and gentlemen who would like to start. Bu, ke saya semua apa ada MC-nya Bu Dewi? Bu Dewi. Bu Dewi.
Ada MC-nya, Bu Yoga.
Okay.
Kami.
Okay, please. Yeah, please, the master of ceremony, please. You may start. Silahkan Bu Dewi, master of ceremony-nya mana? Siapa?
Mas
Fahmi. Mas Fahmi.
Yeah, yes, please.
Yes. Mas Fahmi sudah hadir belum ya? Mas Fahminya udah hadir belum, Mbak Dewi?
Belum hadir? Belum hadir?
Wait.
Kalau belum, saya handle.
Saya bisa, saya aja.
Okay, please do.
Okay.
Yanti?
Yes.
Oke.
Okay.
Mas Widi? Ya.
Okay. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. We're delighted to
Afternoon.
welcome you to online exchange professor and student mobility. This course aims to enhance the student knowledge regarding the latest issues in the field of economics, as well as build collaboration between Faculty of Economics and Business Universitas Pancasakti Tegal and Oberheim Institute for Management and Informatics, Egypt. Hosted online by Faculty of Economic and Business Universitas Pancasakti Tegal, this course will last for 2 days until tomorrow with the various topics. It is an honor for me to introduce and welcome the guys at our screen. First, the Dean of Faculty of Economic and Business Universitas Pancasakti Tegal, Associate Professor Dr. Dewi Indriasi. Good afternoon, Dr. Dewi.
Good afternoon, Miss Yanti. Good
Okay,
afternoon,
the Dean.
Prof. Nasla. Good afternoon, Dr. Isla.
Good
Yeah.
afternoon.
Next, the Dean of Oberheim Institute for Management and Informatics, Egypt, Professor Ehab Asor. Good afternoon, Professor Asor.
I think he is not with us.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. The coordinator, Professor Nasrat, at here.
Dr. Nashat, yes, is here.
Okay, good afternoon. Good afternoon, Professor Nasrat. Okay, and our lecturers today, Dr. Amany Salah El Magzani. Good afternoon,
No,
Dr.
no.
Amany.
Dr. Amany will be uh, uh,
You'll be here
tomorrow.
soon. Oh, tomorrow. Okay.
Yes, yes.
And
I am still in here today. Dr.
Dr.
Islam Nomair.
Islam. Okay, Dr.
Yes.
Islam. Good afternoon, Dr. Islam.
Good afternoon.
And from Indonesia, we have Miss Yustia Hapsari M.Kom.
Yes,
And
everybody.
good afternoon, Miss Yustia. And the last but not least, Miss Maya Hapsari, SAMSE. Good afternoon, Miss Ira. And our moderator today, Associate Professor Dr. Yoga Prihatin, the Dean of Faculty of Teacher Training and Education, Universitas Pancasakti Tegal. Good afternoon, Miss Yoga.
Hello.
Okay.
Good
Hi.
afternoon.
And also,
Yeah.
thank you for coming with us. And also, we welcome all the students of the course. For a brief moment, we would like to invite you to listen the national anthems. First, Indonesia anthem. Please, Mas Widi. Next, Egypt anthem. I'm sorry, I think some technical error here. Okay, can we continue our course?
Should I start now?
Okay, next. Ladies and gentlemen, today in the online exchange professor and student mobility, we would like to invite the Dean of Faculty of Economics and Business, Universitas Pancasakti Tegal. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Associate Professor Dr. Dewi Indriasih.
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good
Waalaikumsalam.
afternoon, the
Good
Honorable, the Honorable Rector of Universitas Pancasakti Tegal, Dr. Taufikullah, the Honorable Head Dean of the Faculty, Miss Yoga, then the Honorable Professor S. Hapsari, Dean of Oberhack Institute for Management and Informatics, the Honorable Professor Nashat Edward, Coordinator of Laborhack Institute for Management and Informatics, the Honorable Dr. Amany Salah, Lecturer of Oberhack Institute for Management and Informatics, the Honorable Dr. Islam Nomair, Lecturer of Oberhack Institute for Management and Informatics, the Honorable all my Vice Dean in Economic and Business Faculty, Universitas Pancasakti Tegal, the Honorable the Honorable Ibu Yustia Hapsari M.Kom, Lecturer of Economic and Business Faculty, Universitas Pancasakti Tegal, the Honorable Ibu Ramy Hapsari, Lecturer of Economic and Business Faculty, Universitas Pancasakti Tegal. Good morning, good afternoon, and dear all my students. It is with great pleasure and honor that I welcome you to this special online exchange program, designed to fostering academic collaboration and internationality mobility between professor and student. This initiative reflects to our ongoing commitment to creating a vibrant global learning environment, one that transcends borders, and you open up the new pathway, the sharing knowledge and mutual understanding. To our inbound students, warmly welcome you to Universitas Panca Sakti Tegal. You present here increase our academic community, bringing fresh perspective, diverse culture, and vibrant ideas. You are not just guests, but part of our extended family, and we are committed to increasing your time with us, academic, fulfilling the personally transformation. May the experience both your horizon and foster lifelong friendship. To our outbound student, as your embark exciting journey abroad, I encourage you to embrace every opportunity to learn, explore, and immerse yourself in culture of your host country. Present our institution with pride and remember that you ambassador of not only our academic value, but also of cross-cultural understanding. This journey will undoubtedly shape your perspective and equip you with global competency. Finally, to all my students, make the most the opportunity. Learn, grow, and cherish every moment. Whether you arriving to departing for this campus, remember that this experience is a chapter in your life story that will you shape your future in the way you might not yet realize it. On behalf of our entry institution, I wish you all success, joy, and unforgettable memories will come to this new journey. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Dewi Indriasi. We are now going to listen the welcome speech delivered by the coordinator of our Institute for Management and Informatics Egypt. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Professor Nasat Edward.
Professor, you need to unmute your microphone.
انت قافل الميكروفون يا دكتور نشأت؟ I think he got a technical problem or something.
Yeah, I think, Prof. Nasat, we cannot hear anything from you. Okay. Okay. No. No. Dr. Islam, so what we should do?
Okay, I think I got some technical problem
Oh,
or
okay.
something.
Okay, Buyanti, back to you.
Yes, yes.
Okay, thank you. So from Professor Edward will deliver soon. Okay. And now we will hold a photo session on the deans, coordinator, the lecturers, as well as all of the students. I will take a position and please open your camera. I will take the pictures. Give your nice smile. 1, 2, 3. Next until 5, yeah. 1, 2, 3.
Thank you.
Next. 1, 2, 3. Next. 1, 2, 3. And the last. 1, 2, 3. Thank you. Now, we are continuing our course, which will be delivered by all of the lecturers. This course will be moderated by Associate Professor Dr. Yoga Prihatin. Ms. Yoga, screen is yours.
Okay, thank you so much for the opportunity, Ms. Yanti. Ms. Yanti, yeah, Dr. Islam, I would like to, Professor Nazat and Dr. Islam, Ms. Yanti is the Vice Dean of the Academic Affairs. Since today, our Master of Ceremony is not here, so Miss Yanti replacing him as the moderator, sorry, master of ceremony today. Thank you so much, Ibu Yanti, the Vice Dean. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it is an honor for me to welcome Dr. Islam and Romani for his presentations. You have 10 to 15 minutes, and then we will hold some question and answer for about 2 or 3. And then after that, you may leave the Zoom meeting if you are busy, because Dr. Nazat already informed me about your schedule today. You have a very busy schedule. So now,
Yes, I'm
please
sorry.
do.
Actually,
Yeah,
I
please
am
do.
I am pleasure and honored to be with you today, and I
We
hope will
are.
be a
Mhm.
start for our Professor Mobility every semester at least.
Yeah,
It's a
yeah,
nice thing.
yeah.
It's so nice.
Yeah, thank you. It's a great honor for us too, for having
Great honor
you,
for me
Dr.
also.
Islam. I think this is your first time to be our speaker. I mean, our presenter in
Yes,
our professor's mobility. Thank you so much. Please do
yes.
your time. If you need the operator to help you to share the PowerPoint, we'll be happy to help you.
Okay, okay. It will be nice to share my PowerPoint. Could I share
Okay.
it from my
Yeah, yeah,
window?
yeah. Sure, sure. Please do.
Okay.
Thank you.
So it appeared now my PowerPoint, right?
Yes, yes. Very clear. Please.
Okay. I thought actually that my lecture will be for 1 hour, so it's some kind a big PowerPoint. I didn't know that it will be only 15 minutes. I'm sorry for that, but I will try to put it tightly together in only 15 minutes.
Yes,
Okay.
please. Sure, no
My topic
problem.
today will be about business ethics. The key topics which we'll discuss today: what are business ethics, how to maintain honesty and integrity, the 12 ethical principles for business executives, ethical dilemmas, facing these ethical dilemmas, social responsibility and approaches to social responsibility, and finally managing social responsibility. First of all, we must know the definitions of our expressions that we will use in our lecture. There is some short definitions that I prefer to use. First expression that we must know the definition of this expression is ethics. Ethics, the simplest definition for this expression at all, is right and wrong, good and bad, in actions that affect others. That's the definition of ethics. Ethical behavior is conforming to generally accepted ethical norms. Conforming to generally accepted ethical norms. Acting ethically in the business means more than simply obeying applicable laws and regulations. It's also meaning to be honest, doing no harm to others, competing fairly, and declining to put your own interest above those of your company, its owners, and its workers. Okay, how to maintain this honesty and integrity in our enterprise? First of all, or first step, while at work, you must focus on your job, not on non-work related activities such as emails and personal phone calls. That's irrelevant in your work or in your job. You must focus on your job only. Second step, you must follow your own code of personal conduct. Or in modern enterprises, there is a code of ethics in every job. You must act according to your own conventions rather than doing what's convenient or profitable at the time. The third step is don't appropriate office supplies. products, or other company resources for your own use. That's wrong. You must be honest, honesty and integrity. You must keep your honesty and integrity tagged. You couldn't use these supplies of your office in your personal use. First step is to be honest with customers, management, co-workers, competitors, and the public. Fifth step is remember that it's the small, seemingly trivial day-to-day activities and gestures that build your character. The 12 ethical principles for business executives. First principle is honesty. All personnel must be committed to telling the truth in all forms of communication and in all actions. You must be committed to saying the truth in every situation. This includes never purposely telling partial truths. Some people or personnel or employees in the enterprises saying that we are not lying. But when you only tell a partial truth, it's wrong. It's not honesty. Don't selectively omitted information. That's wrong also. Making misrepresentations or overstatements. That's not honesty also. Honesty also means reliably sharing both good and bad news with equal candor. Second principle is fairness. All dealings and relationships must be founded on a conscious commitment to fairness, treating others as you would like to be treated. Fairness requires treating all individuals equally and courteously, never exercising power arbitrarily, and never exploiting weakness or mistakes for personal and corporate benefit. Leadership, demonstrated by a conscious effort to set a positive example to ethical behavior. Leadership is a commitment to excellence through ethical decision making. Businesses and business executives maintain their leads by constantly improving operational efficiency, worker satisfaction, and customer approval. Fourth is integrity. Organizations and personnel demonstrate integrity through a consistency between actions and word. It means, like, if you say something, your action must be consistent with your word. Because some people say something and their action will be another thing. That's not integrity. Integrity also means keeping promises, honoring commitments, meeting deadlines, and refusing to participate in unscrupulous activities or business dealings. Compassion. Fostering a business environment of empathy and compassion requires a commitment to being kind and caring toward all personnel, business partners, and customers. Business goals must be benevolent, ensured by spending enough time to understand the needs and sensitives of others, including the local community. Respect. Respect is demonstrated by a full commitment to the human rights, dignity, autonomy, interests, and privacy of all personnel. It means recognizing that everyone deserves equal respect and support for sharing ideas and opinions, without fear of any penalty or form of discrimination. Responsibility. Employees exhibit responsibility by taking full ownership of their jobs, striving to be conscious of the emotional, financial, and business consequences of their actions. Taking their responsibilities seriously also demonstrates employee maturity and ability to do a job without needing strict supervision. Loyalty. Loyalty is proven by never disclosing information learned in confidence and by remaining faithful to co-workers, clients, business partners, and suppliers. Loyal employees avoid conflict of interest, help build and protect the good reputation of their company, and help boost the morale of their co-workers. Low bidding. Organizations must fully comply with all applicable laws and codes for local, state, and federal agencies. Law-abiding businesses and personnel also adhere in industry and trade regulations, marketplace standards, and any additional mandatory organizational policies, practices, and procedures. Accountability. Accountability requires a total commitment to the ethical quality of all decisions, actions, and relationships. High expectations for ethical behavior drive business practices when an organization and its personnel are held accountable to fellow employees, consumers, local community, and the wider public in general. Transparency. Committing to transparency requires making business information and policies available to appropriate groups such as financial investors, personnel, and consumers. It includes, for example, sharing criteria for price hikes, wages, hiring, granting promotions, addressing workplace infringements, and firing employees. Environmental consequences. Environmental consequences. Organizations and personnel demonstrate a commitment to the environment helping by helping mitigate the effects of global climate change. Beneficial actions include reducing the negative environmental impact of doing business by improving energy efficiency to help lower carbon emissions, reducing water usage, and reducing waste. Those was the 12 ethical behaviors that we must taking it in our consideration in the enterprise environment. Now we will talk about some ethical dilemmas. Those are situations in which it's difficult for an individual to make decisions either because the right course of action is unclear or carries some potential negative consequences for the person or people involved. Those are what we call the ethical dilemmas. When the right course of action is unclear, this situation is called ethical dilemma. Or if the decisions that you will make in the enterprise will make a negative consequences on you or on your co-workers, it will be then an ethical dilemma. There is some important topic also related with the ethical behavior in the modern enterprises, which we call a conflict of interest. Individuals must choose between taking actions that promote their personal interest over the interest of other, or taking actions that do it. For example, Can I buy office supplies from my brother-in-law? Then it will be a conflict of interest. Another example, my uncle owns a bakery. Should I encourage my subordinates to use them for all meetings? Then it will be a conflict of interest also. Okay, facing those ethical dilemmas. How, for example, would you answer questions like the following? Is it okay to accept a pair of sports tickets from a supplier? Can I buy office supplies from my brother-in-law? It's appropriate to donate company funds to a local charity? If I find out that a friend is about to be fired, can I warn her? Okay, that's also an important topic in our subject ethical behavior, which is refused to rationalize. There are four common rationalization or excuses for justifying the misconduct. The people who are uh, uh, doing some unethical behavior in the organization, of course, they will have or say some excuses to justify their unethical behavior in the modern enterprises. Those are the main four excuses for justifying those misconduct. First one is my behavior isn't really illegal or immoral. That will be the first justification for his immorality. Rationalizers try to convince themselves that an action is okay if it isn't downright illegal or blatantly immoral. They tend to operate in a gray area where there is no clear evidence that the action is wrong. The second justification for this misconduct is my action is in everyone's best interest. Some rationalizer tells themselves, I know I lied to make the deal, but it will bring in a lot of business and pay a lot of bills. They convince themselves that they are expected to act in a certain way. The third justification is no one will find out what I have done. That's also one of the justification for those people who are misconducting in the business. Here the self-questioning comes down to if I didn't get caught, did I really do it? The answer is yes. There is a simple way to avoid succumbing to this rationalization. Always act as if you are being watched. The fourth justification is the company will condone my action and protect me. This justification rests on a fallacy. Like someone say we are calling Betty Vinson may honestly have believed that her action were for the good of the company and that her boss would therefore accept full responsibility. When she goes to jail, however, she will go on her own. That takes us to a very relevant topic to our subject, which is social responsibility. How to balance as a manager, how to make this balance between the stockholders and all the other uh, involved parties in the organization. Balancing commitments to stockholders. Stockholders, groups, individuals, and organizations that are directly affected by the practices of an organization. Of course, we are as an organization have the responsibility towards the environment, taking in our considerations the air pollution, water pollution, land pollution. We mustn't throw our toxic waste in the environment, because there is something what we call recycling for our toxic waste. Of course, we are as an organization has a responsibility toward our customers or our consumers. First of all, the right to safe product. We must introduce to our customers a safe product. A company should sell no product that it suspects of being unsafe for buyers. Those producers have an obligation to safety test products before releasing them for public consumption. For example, automobile testing, child safety products, electrical products. Second, the right to be informed about a product. Sellers should furnish consumers with the product information that they need to make an informed purchase decision. For example, bills with tags, clothing tags, food labels. The right to choose what to buy. Consumers have a right to decide which products to purchase, and sellers should let them know what their options are. For example, pharmacists, telephone companies, purchasing car or financial product. The right to be heard. Companies must tell customers how to contact them with complaints or concerns. They should also listen and respond. Responsibility toward employees. Of course, I have to. The organization must taking in their consideration in their action with their employees or personnel the legal and social commitments. Responsibility also, the organization have a responsibility toward investors. We shouldn't give them improper financial management. We must take in our consideration the insider trading, and we mustn't give them misrepresentation of finances. There is an approaches to social responsibility, or what we call level of social responsibility. Any organization in any place in the world, it will be in one place of these four places of organization when they dealing with social responsibility. The first place is what we call, or the first situation of the enterprise is what we call obstructionist stance. Obstructionist stance when the organization actively avoid to take any responsibility. This enterprise or this organization will be in the place what we call obstructionist stance. The second level of enterprises is defensive stance, when the enterprise or the organization does only the legal minimum. When the organization only does the legal minimum of social responsibility, we call it in a position of defensive stance. The third position or the third level is what we call accommodative stance. Accommodative stance. That's when the organization responds only to request. This organization only responds to request to do the social responsibility. This position of the organization we call accommodative stance. the fourth level of doing the social responsibility of any organization, it will be the best level of all of those four levels, which we call proactive stance. When an organization is in this stage or in this level, we call it proactive stance. When the organization actively seeks any opportunity to contribute in the social responsibility. This we call proactive stance of the organization. Managing responsibility programs. Of course, if any organization want to have a social responsibility program, they must follow those 5 steps. First of all, the organization must have a top management support. Second step is strategic planning, doing this strategic plan for the social responsibility program. Third step, appointment of director of course of the social responsibility program. Fourth step is social audit. Fifth step is social responsibility, doing this social program of social responsibility. Okay, there is an important question some organization ask, that if we have a small business, should I do this social responsibility program? To what extent are small enterprises affected by social responsibility program? Of course, big enterprises, big organization, this social responsibility program doesn't affect much their business. But the conflict here will be with the small enterprises. How could they do this social responsibility programs? Scientists found that if we are talking about the small businesses, the small enterprises, they found that maybe in the short term their business will be influenced by this social responsibility programs. I mean here financially, but in the long term it will be beneficial for this business or for this enterprises. That will be it for this lecture. I was so happy to be with you, and very honored to be with you. My lecture will be end here.
Yeah. Thank you so much for the very insightful presentation, very insightful lecture. We learned a
Thank you.
lot here about business ethics, and as you see in the chat box, we have 2 questions. The first question, all of them are from Egypt. I think my students also will have the questions after this. But before that, I would like to ask you, do you still have time to answer for 1 or 2 questions, Dr.
Okay.
Islam? Okay,
Okay.
so thank you. So we see here in the chat box that there are 2 questions from Ahmad Moussa Hussein and Ahmad Iraqi. But operator, could you please pin Ahmad Moussa and Ahmed Iraqi? Operator.
Good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Morning.
Good morning. Could you please
Please, does
say,
the green comment?
It's about green economics. Yeah. Hello.
Scheme agreed. Hello.
Mhm.
Scheme agreed to new green comment contrast to
I am
principle.
sorry, but the green economy isn't our topic today. It was about business ethics. My lecture
Okay.
was about business ethics, not green economy. I think there is another lecture for this topic. I think Dr. Amany will be speaking about the green economy,
Mm-hmm. Uh, well,
right?
well, I think well, perhaps the question is not about the business
It,
ethic, Dr. Islam, but
it's not in our topic today.
yeah, yeah.
Okay.
So that will be for the next
If there is a
lecturer.
question,
Well,
if there is a question about business ethics, I will be more than happy to answer it.
oh, okay, okay.
Okay.
So, Ahmad Musa, I will hold your questions for the next lecturer. Is that okay for you? Yes?
Okay. Yes.
Okay, great. So after this, you will be back to ask the questions. Now we go to Ahmed Iraqi. Yep. Mhm.
Excuse me, what?
So your question is here in the chat box. Could you say it? Your question is about what are some real world of examples of design thinking being successfully implemented in digital transformations project. Well, we let the Dr. Islam to talk, whether he agrees or not with your questions. If not, then we will go to the next
It's not
sessions.
also in our topic today. It's not in
Okay,
our topic. I
okay.
think there is another professor will be speaking about this topic, right? As I'm
I think
thinking
yes. I think
from
yes.
your university, right?
Let me check.
Yes, yes.
So the topics. Maybe they are first. Let me check. Doctor topics for doctor. Yeah, the shape of the new global economic will be
Right?
yes. The shape of the new
Okay.
global economics power. I think that will be delivered by Dr. Amany Salah, and those questions will go to Dr. Amany Salah. Yes, thank you so much, Dr. Islami.
Thank you.
Dr. Ahmed, I'm
Thank
sorry,
you
Ahmed
very much.
Iraqi, that your questions will go to Dr. Amany Salah. I will keep your questions and let me screenshot. And ladies and gentlemen, so it is an honor for me to give you the opportunity for one or two questions before Dr. Islam leave this meeting, maybe from Indonesia about business ethics. Hello, is there any? The students?
Can I ask a
Yes,
question?
sure.
Okay, Dr. Islam, I interested with your material today about the ethical toward customers. In reality, sometimes our customers commit to unethical action. For example, like providing bad news about our products in their social media. What should we do if we face this situation?
You are meaning that they are promoting using unethical behavior about our product, or
Yeah, from our customer. They talk about bad news
did
about
they
our
facing
product.
the organization with
Yeah.
this uh, with these ideas or with these words, or in the social media
Yeah.
program?
And actually, that
Because
news is
if
not
they are
true.
facing
Yeah.
if they are facing the organization with these false ideas or something, we must dealing with these words, not letting spread in our consumer, because it may be some plan from our competitors. It's not the world of business is actually in real world. It's not unethical at all. The real world of business, it's not unethical at all. The ethical behavior that we are teaching in our academia, it's only series. It's but it's only approaches. But in real world, you could see so much unethical behavior in modern organizations, not only in the third world countries, but also in the advanced countries.
Ah,
So we must take in our consideration that it's unethical world and the unethical economy and the unethical businesses in real world.
Yeah, okay. Okay.
Competitors, also the international companies. You could see the advertising campaigns. They are trying to attack each other in their
mm-hmm,
campaigns,
mm-hmm.
not only pushing some consumers to trying to say some false word about our product.
Okay, okay, I get it. Yes. Sometimes it's
So
about
I must
competitor
deal
war. Yeah.
with those
Yeah.
with those ideas or with those world. Even
Mhm.
I must deal with them aggressively if I should do it.
Um, is that clear?
Okay, okay. Thank you. Yeah,
You,
yeah. I get the
okay,
point.
thank you. Thank you so much, Ibu Yanti. But Dr. Islami, if you were the owner of the company and other company are attacking you in the social media, what will you do?
No, I must. Of course, I wouldn't go their level of lying or something. But I must defend my company.
Sure. How
You
would you
know,
defense? How would you defense it?
I first of all, my reaction shouldn't
Mhm.
be exaggerating.
Ah, okay. And the second?
You know, I must dealing with
Mhm. Mhm.
every situation alone. I shouldn't have some course of action doing in
Mhm.
every situation, you know,
Yep.
because maybe our competitors مثلا for example he have a good relationship with my suppliers
Okay.
and could harm me in some way.
Mhm.
in,
What
in
about
the business or in
okay?
the management, I am trying to every time use the situational approach.
Okay, situational approach to handle the problems. What about
Yes,
the quality of the products? What about the quality of the product? Mostly, other companies are attacking the quality of the products. Mhm.
of course I must be in my promotional campaign in every time must be to be honest
Ah,
when
okay.
I am introducing the function of my product and the quality of my product.
That's very good. Okay.
I
Mhm.
must be honest when I'm introducing my product to the market.
Ah, that's very good answer, Dr. Islam. Yeah, I do agree with you for telling the truth about the quality of the product is
Of course.
necessary. So no, you will of
And don't
course,
exaggerate also
yes, of course, yeah,
in the function
exaggerate.
of my product because
Ah,
it's a very big problem in the promotional campaigns in many companies.
yes, you are right. It happens also in Indonesia. Those who lie about the quality of the product at the end of the, at the end of the, what we call it, after giving some feedbacks from many feedbacks or million feedbacks from the customers, then it will ruin the company itself. Yeah, I agree with you, Dr. Islam. Before,
The core idea in my marketing campaign that
Mhm,
I must take the satisfaction of the
mhm.
need of my consumer
Yeah, that's correct. That's correct. That's very important for.
to buy it another time and another time and another time, or say to their friends that it's a good product because there is some expectation.
Yep.
The client will take it in his mind when he trying to buy our product.
Mm-hmm.
We must be higher than those expectations and not less.
Yes, yeah, correct. Okay, higher than the expectations. So it meets the needs of the company and the needs of the customers. If the expectation is higher, well, they will be automatically come back to you, your company, no matter what the attacks is. That's what you want to say, right? Okay. Thank you. Thank you. So I do agree with you being honest for the quality of the product. That's like a self-defense for the war in the social media, for marketing wars in the social media. Thank you, Dr. Isam. We have the last questions from Ala Fahmi. Miss Ala Fahmi, hello.
How are you?
Hello. Could you turn on the computer?
Can you hear
I'm
me?
sorry, turn on the camera, please, so I can see your face well, because we have to know each other well, because we are brother. Thank you. And
I have
operator, pin it, please. Pin her. Thank you. Okay, so please state your questions.
Okay. What is the key principle of business ethics in Indonesia and how they applied in workspace?
Could you repeat? Excuse me? How?
What are the key principles of business ethics in Indonesia and how are they applied in this workspace?
How is the business ethics in Indonesia? Well, I have to invite. So your questions goes to Indonesian's lecturer. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. I will invite the expert. I'm not the expert of the business ethics, but let me invite Ibu Yanti to help to answer, because she's also the lecturer and she's also the lecturer of the economics and business and the vice dean also. Please do.
Thank you, but actually I'm not a lecturer of ethical in our program, yeah. But let me give you some point of view as a company owner, my husband actually. So in Indonesia, the between boss and employee, we have good cooperation, no space between them, no matter how old they are, like this. So the employee can directly ask the boss what they need and what they want to do without any afraid to tell something that they need, something like that. So egaliter in Indonesia, a company between boss and employee. I think that's something that point of view of us.
Okay. So
Thank you.
so much. So there is no boundaries between boss and the workers. They are making team. They are working hand in hand to build the company. So because the teamwork is very important in Indonesia, so there is no boundaries again. We are friends, whether they are older or the ages has a gap differences, but everything is fine. They work and discuss together like they are a very good friend. So that's the way we build the companies. One of the ethic in Indonesia that is applied, but of course not all the companies will apply the same. But here
is from the family company, from
it's
company. Yeah.
Okay, this is the example, a very special case. A very special case to Ibu Miss Yanti company. Is that does that answer the questions, Miss Ala Fahmi?
Thank you.
Okay.
So there is little chance to us to doing unethical thing.
Okay. Thank you so much, Ibu Yanti. Thank you so much, Miss Ala Fahmi. Thank you so much, Dr. Islam, for your lecture today. I know you're going to leave this meeting, and thank you so much. It's a great honor for us to have you here today.
It was my honor. It was a pleasure for me to be with you today.
An honor for us. Thank you so much for today.
Thank you very much.
And have a nice day for you.
Have a nice day. Goodbye.
Bye-bye. Why? Well, ladies and gentlemen, so it is an honor for me to invite our next lecturer, Ibu Yustia Hapsari. Okay, so everyone can ask her the questions, but before that, I would like to introduce her short CV. Mas Widi, operator, please. Hello, operator. The short CV, please. Thank you. Well, here is Ibu Yustia Hapsari. Oh, I'm a wife, okay. I'm a wife. Okay, I'm a wife of Muhammad Fikri Hidayatullah. Well, let's see the educations directly. Educations. Go to educations. Educations, bawah. Okay. Here is her educations. Dianuswantoro University, Master Degree of Informatics, period. He graduated in 2015, and also she got his bachelor degree in 2010 from STM IKA School of Management and Informatics, YMI Tegal. Okay. And for her high schools, she graduated from science major in 25. While personal skill, I'm able to know unique sides of each person. Okay, I think course taught. Let me course taught. Yeah, she teaches the digital transformations, literacy, design thinking, and innovations. User interface, user experience, decision support system, business information system design, agile, agile. This is correct me if I'm wrong. I have to check this. Business and artificial intelligence for business, digital business literacy, literacy education, accounting, computer, and informatics systems and technology. Thank you. Thank you so much. So, Ibu Yustia, you will have 10 minutes for presenting your paper. Thank you. Thank you. Please
Thank
do.
you, Mrs. Yoga, for this time for me. Good morning, the student from HU. Very good afternoon, the student from Economic and Business Faculty, University Pancasakti, Tegal. There are my material about design thinking, the innovation in digital era. Please, the slide, Mr. Widi. Okay, nice to meet you all in this time. I'm sorry if my son not clearly because this Ramy in the gal, like in your place, Mrs. Yoga, Ramy too. It's Ramy
No,
too.
no, it's very sunny day here.
Oh, sorry.
Okay, yeah.
Big Ramy in my home. Okay, this the material, design thinking, the method of innovation in the digital era. Next, Mr. Widi. Introduction to design thinking. What is design thinking? Design thinking is a nonlinear iterative process and teams use to understand users, challenge assumption, redefine problem, and create innovative solution to prototype and test. Design thinking, definitive of the other. Design thinking is a human-centered approach to innovation that draws from the designer's toolkit to integrate the needs of people, the possibilities of technology, and the requirement for business success. By Tim Brown. Their design thinking is a user-centered approach to problem solving. You start from what people, user or customer want or need to do. Empathy is key. It's not about you. You need the ability to understand and share the feelings of others. So that is people-centered. Next, highly creative. Design thinking stimulates you to look at situations differently and come up with new solutions that go beyond and improve existing alternatives. Integrative thinking is key. You need the ability to look at all the different aspects of a problem. Next, there is a history of design thinking. In 1960, attempts were made to make design scientific. The term wicked problem is coined. In 1970, the principle of design thinking started to emerge. In 1980s, solution-focused problem solving was observed. In 1987, design thinking was compared by architecture. In 1991, solution-focused problem solving was observed. In 1992, Richard Buchanan published his article, Wicked Problems in Design Thinking. Next. There are 5 steps from design thinking by Stanford School. Step 1, empathize. Research users' need. The team aims to understand the problem, typically through user research. Empathy is crucial to design thinking because it allows designers to set aside your assumption about the world and gain insight to users and their needs. Then step 2, about define. State users' need and problem. Once the team accumulates the information, they analyze the observation and synthesize them to define the core problem. These definitions are called problem statement. The team may create personas to help keep effort human-centered. Step 3, idea. Challenge assumption and create ideas. With the foundation ready, teams gear up to think outside the box. They brainstorm alternative ways to view the problem and identify innovative solutions to the problem statement. Step 4, prototype. Start to create solution. This is an experimental phase. The aim is to identify the best possible solution for each problem. The team produces an expensive scaled-down version of the product or specific feature found within the product to investigate the ideas. This may be as simple as paper prototypes. And the last, step 5, test. Try the solution out. The team tests these prototypes with real users to evaluate if they solve the problem. The test might throw up new insight based on which the team might refine the prototype or even go back to the defined state to revisit the problem. These states are different modes that contribute to the entire design project rather than a sequential step. The goal is to gain a deep understanding of the users and their ideal solution or product. Okay, next slide. So design thinking must iterative. What is iterative? The road to success does not follow a straight line, but we must like circle to understand, create, and learn. It's like the circle. And hands-on, stop discussion, start walking, make ideas tangible. Prototyping is thinking with your head. Test your hypnosis. Failure is necessary part of the process in order to success. Experiment with trial and error are key. Next slide. There are design thinking a nonlinear process. It's like a circle from step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4, step 5, and then can iterate if about the need. Okay, next. Design thinking is less about thinking and more about doing. Next. Okay, this is explaining about step 1, empathize. Step 1, empathize, and about the question. The definition. Find and talk to the people who are facing the challenge you'd like to solve. Listen carefully and try to understand their experiences by talking to them and empathizing. You can ask respectful questions and use your perspective, talking skill to better understand what they need. Key questions. Who is facing the challenge? How do they feel about the challenge? What is your perspective of the challenge? What are your thoughts about the challenge? How do you feel about it? Okay, next step 2. Okay. There is empathy map canvas. One, who are we empathizing with? Our customer, our user. Who? About the age, about the gender, about the behavioristic, about the they like or dislike. Who? And 2, what they do need to do. And 3, what do they see? What do the customer say? And 5, what do the customer do? And 6, what do they hear? And 7, what do they think and feel about gains or pains? Or you can make empathy map like mapping map, yeah, like the below. Think and feel about worries, emotions, and aspiration, thoughts, and concern. Say and do. What is our customer codes, action, behavior, keyword, habits. What about our customer here? About her, their comment, their opinion, by others. And what about our customer gain? Their advance, their experience, their recognition, and relief. And what about our customer pain points, fear, and weakness? And let's add, and the last about customer C, what their action, their environment, and their change. Okay, next. Step 2 from design thinking is define. Define the problem. Based on what you learn from the people you talk to, identify and define the main problem that needs to be solved. Remember, it's important to collaborate and check your understanding with people who experience the challenge. Key question. What are people's specific needs related to the challenge? How can you make sure people directly affected by challenge are part of solving the problem? Please note. Okay, step 3, think of possible solution. It is step ideas. Use your imagination to think of potential solutions. Be creative and make sure to include ideas from people who face the challenge. Okay, question, what are the different ways to solve the problem? Are people with different perspectives sharing their ideas too? Why is it important to get ideas from people who experience the challenge? List all your ideas from potential solutions, no matter how crazy they are. Next slide. Step 4, the prototype. Create a model of your solution. Rank your ideas and select the best one. Quickly build or design a simple version or model of that idea. It doesn't have to be perfect. The goal is to get an idea of what your solution would look like and have a chance to make it better. Okay, question. Which idea is the best? Is this idea the most useful one for people facing the challenge? How do you know? How can you create a simple version of your idea? Write down the best idea and draw a picture of it. And last, step 5. Next slide. Test your solution. Share your solution with the people who would use it. Get their feedback and find out what doesn't work well. Remember, the goal is to learn what you can improve. Okay, question. Does your solution address what people want or need? How are you getting feedback from the people who would use this solution? And what do people think can be improved? Not for improvement. Next slide. So product design is about creating something that's right for your customer by completely understanding what they feel, what they think, and what they want. But ultimately, designing a product means designing something that sells. Next. There are 3 lenses of design thinking: desirable, visible, and feelable. Start here from desirable. What do people desire? And visible. Is it technically possible to build the solution? And feasible. Can the company profit from the solution? And the intersection of 3 parts is the goal. Next slide. There are the difference between digital design marketing versus design thinking. Digital design marketing, making people want things. And design thinking, making things people want. Next. Why is design thinking important in the digital era? First, because adaptation to rapid technological change. Second, design thinking can drive continuous action. Next slide. Example of design thinking in the digital era. Mobile app development, user-friendly and creative apps, and e-commerce, enhancing customer service with prototypes. In digital transformation, about mapping customer journeys. Next slide. Case study in design thinking, Airbnb, solving global property rental challenge. Digital education, developing inclusive and interactive platforms, and many more. Okay, next, practical guide, applying design thinking step to get started, identify problem, involve teams and iterate. Tips for success, balance technology with human needs, and explore freely. Next, conclusion. Design thinking is a key to innovation. Action point, start from empathy. Okay, this is enough. My material about design thinking is the method of innovation in digital era. Back
Thank you.
you, Mrs. Yoga.
Yeah, thank you so much, Ibu Yustia, for the nice lecture today. And I would like to, but before we start the question and sessions, I would like to invite the Honorable Professor Nasat, Professor Dr. Edward Nasat, to have a short speech because I
You hear
think he
me?
is ready. Yeah. That's
Yes,
great. And
yes.
I'm also invite Ibu Dewi Indiarsi, the Dean. Hello, Bu Dewi, Mas Widi. Okay, Prof Nasat, please. Yeah, okay. Ibu Dewi mendengarkan Prof Nasat, nggih? Okay,
siap.
thank you. Thank you, Prof. You may start the short speech. Thank you so much.
Hello.
Hello, nice to meet you, Prof.
How are
Prof.
you,
Nasat?
Professor? Yes, how are you? How are you, Dean?
Yes.
Please, you can listen me now. You listen me? You hearing me?
Yes, very clear.
Yes.
Very
Yes,
clear.
Prof.
Yes.
Very clear, Prof. Yes.
Yes. الشراكة بين مصر وأندونيسيا كدولتين عريقتين ذات حضارات غنية فرصة ذهبية لطلابنا للاستفادة منها بشكل كبير. هذه الشراكة تفتح آفاقا جديدة للتعليم والتبادل الثقافي وتتيح للطلاب اكتساب خبرات ومعارف قيمة. The partnership between Egypt and Indonesia as two ancient countries with rich civilization is a golden opportunity for our students to benefit greatly. This partnership open new horizons for education and culture exchange and allows students to gain a valuable experience and knowledge. الشراكة بين جامعة بنكاسات تيجال ومعاهد العبور فرصة ذهبية لطلابنا لتوسيع آفاقهم واكتساب خبرات جديدة. بالجهد المبذول من المحاضرين ويجب على الطلاب الاستفادة القصوى من هذه الفرصة والعمل على بناء جسور التواصل بين البلدين. The partnership between Bangkok Tigal University and the Ubur High Institutes is golden opportunity for our students to broaden their horizon and gain new experience. With the efforts made by the lecturers and students should make the most of this opportunity and work to build the bridge of communication between the two countries. يمكن للطلاب المصريين تعلم اللغة الإندونيسية والطلاب الإندونيسيين تعلم اللغة العربية مما يسهل عليهما التواصل والتفاعل بين البلدين. Egyptian students can learn Indonesian and Indonesian students can learn Arabic, making it easier for them to communicate and interested between the both countries. وأود أن أشكر الأساتذة المحاضرين من الجانبين المصري والإندونيسي على علمهم وأنهم فخر للمؤسستين أن ينتسبوا لهما وتمنياتي لهما بنجاح دائم وشكر عميق للمنظمين. I would like to thank the lecture from both the Egyptians and Indonesian sides, Professor Yustia and Professor Ramy. And your Professor Dean Uri and Professor Yuga for their knowledge and that they are a source of bright for the two institutions to be amplified with them. I wish Dr. Dewey good success.
Nice to meet you, Prof.
And Dr. Yuga more continues to this good activity from your university. Thank you, Professor, and so we can meet again. Thank you.
Thank you.
Prof. Nashar.
Well, thank you so much for your a nice short speech. Of course, we are happy to make or to create a future collaborations. But maybe someday in the future we'll have the offline program that both of our students or both of our professor may visit your country and vice versa. You visit Indonesia, or maybe we can have, since you are from the economics department, we can have a joint publications or joint research. That would be very nice for us, because that would be it's not only about the educations but also in a research area. We will talk about this. I think we have talked about this in WhatsApp, Professor Nazat. Hopefully in the future we'll have more collaborations with you. It's an honor for
Yeah,
us.
we are so happy, and we welcome to your professors and your students to visit Egypt. And we wanted to change traveling between Indonesia and Egypt. So if you can me ambassador for Indonesian, but without embassy. I am ambassador for the Indonesian without embassy.
So
we will come to visit.
yeah,
We will come to visit.
Yeah, if
And-
there is an invitation from the Egypt, especially from the embassy, that would be very happy for us.
I will you regardless from Professor Abdullah Dahshan, Chairman Institute, and Professor Hapsari, Dean of our High Institute for Management and Informatics. Thank you. This program, and we can meeting more and more program online, and we hope to next program is attendance not online.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Professor Nasat, for
Thank you very
the
much.
very good chance from you. Thank you.
Thank you.
And ladies and gentlemen, we have listened to our beloved Professor Nasat's speech. Now we are opening for the question and answer sessions. Perhaps only one or two students that will be delivering the questions. I don't see here in the chat box, no one asked.
There are one question for me, Mrs. Yoga. Ahmed Eraki.
Ahmed Eraki. Okay. Miss Ahmed Eraki, please. Must be the pin Ahmed Eraki, please.
Welcome.
Okay. Please do. So you can deliver the questions. Say the questions, please.
What are some really world? It's example of design thinking begin successful. I am in implement in digital transformers.
Could you repeat? What are the examples of? What are the examples of?
Example of design.
Design.
Begin successful design. Yes.
Yeah.
Successful implement in digital transformance project.
What are the example of successful implementations in digital informations? Is that your answer?
Yes.
Is that your questions? Okay. Especially in business or in economy, right?
Yes.
Okay. Ibu Yustia, please give us the very good example with the data. Dengan data ya, Bu. Okay, thank you.
Oke. Langsung jawab aja ya. Atau mau ini ngumpulin dulu ada satu penanya lagi.
Directly answer, no problem.
Okay, directly answer. I answer the question from Ahmed Araki. Thank you for your question about the example of design thinking being successfully implemented in digital transformation project. There are um, some industry on our some technology. You know Airbnb? Do you know Airbnb? Araki?
Yes,
Airbnb. Maybe my slide can diputar ulang Mas Bibi yang slide agak terakhir. Airbnb ya.
Okay.
Nah, okay, Airbnb. Okay. So the example, the application can transformation digital. Airbnb is targeted to track user and achieve market growth is about property, yeah, hotel and property. The descending approach, the founder use empathy to understand their target audience by staying by hosts and experiencing and service as users. They identified key pain point in the user journey. And the second example, Bank of America. They keep the change about problem encouraging customer to save money while using digital banking service. Descending approach, through extensive user interviews, the bank identified that user desired a seamless, automatic way to save. This led to the creation of the keep the chain. Yeah, keep the chain. You have a coin, yeah, chain from buy something. The Bank of America have program keep the chain. There are which round up debit card transaction and transfer the difference to saving account. And third, Procter and Gamble, P&G, digitizing customer goods innovation. Yeah, the problem P&G needed to streamline product innovation to meet the demand of modern digitally savvy customer. The design thinking approach, the company adopt tools like virtual reality and digital modeling to test product ideas with customers early in the development process. This rapid prototyping allowed them to iterate based on real feedback. And the other example, SAP, simplifying enterprise software. Or maybe Ford Motor Company. Ford Motor Company enhancing the connected car experiences. The problem, staying competitive in the automotive industry with involved customer expectation for connected vehicles. Design approach. Ford used design thinking to focus on driver and passenger experiences by observing how users interact with vehicles. They co-create a solution for in-car information, car infotainment, and autonomous driving features. Outcome from Ford Motor Company: user-friendly interfaces and advanced connectivity feature that improve customer satisfaction and keep Ford competitive. Maybe you know IBM. Yeah, IBM is hardware, produce hardware, computer. Scaling digital transformation with design thinking. The problem, IBM needed to enhance client experiences while scaling innovation across global teams. Design thinking approach, IBM trained over 100,000 employees in design thinking principles, fostering a culture of collaboration, prototyping, and rapid iteration. Outcome, improve client-centric solution and accelerate project timelines, boosting customer satisfaction and business growth. And maybe the last example, Netflix. Do you know Netflix? Netflix, like you can see a film in just our home because Netflix. Again, Netflix personalizing user core recommendation. The problem maintaining customer engagement as the streaming industry become increasingly competitive. Design thinking approach, Netflix use design thinking to leverage empathy and analytic to understand individual viewer behaviors. They prototype personalized recommendation algorithm and refine them based on user feedback. Outcome, use design thinking for Netflix is highly accurate recommendation that keep user engaged and loyal the platform. Maybe the answer, Mrs. Yoga, my answer to
Thank you so much. Yeah, thank you. So the questioner is Iraqi, right? Hello, Iraqi. Does that answer the question? So Netflix, but that's not Indonesian, right? Do you have the example of the Indonesians designed that is very successful in the marketing or something like that? I think Gojek is a very good design. We have Gojek, Iraqi. We have Gojek, very popular here. GoFood, Gojek, or Grab. Look, I think Grab is not Indonesia, but Gojek is originally from Indonesia. I think the owner of the Gojek is also expand the business in Singapore and the same name, Gojek. So we have the originally from Indonesia, the design, namely Gojek. Do you understand? Hello, Iraqi, Ahmed Iraqi, are you there? Hello.
Hello.
Yeah. Do you get the point?
Thank you.
You get the point? Yes or not? Yes?
No.
No.
Yes, yes.
Okay. Oh,
Yes,
yeah.
yes, yes. Sorry, sorry.
Okay, okay. Yeah, thank you
Sorry,
so
sorry.
much. But I will write down the example of the design that is very popular in Indonesia, and it is originally from Indonesia. Thank you. I will write in a chat box. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank
Yeah,
you.
we have
Thank you.
two. Okay, Umayma and Hamid Ala. Okay, Umayma or Hamid Ala. Umayma, Hamid Ala. Okay, we have two, one beautiful lady and one handsome man. Okay, we start from the ladies first. Miss Umayma. Umayma, please.
Hello.
Yeah, hello.
hello.
Our industries in Indonesia heavily depended on design thinking.
Designed? Could you repeat, please? Slowly. Umayma, repeat, please. Could you repeat, Umayma? Miss Umayma Abdul Azim, repeat, or you may write in the chat box if it is difficult for you to say in English. Your questions? Could you repeat? What should?
Our industries in Indonesia heavily depended on design thinking.
No. Our industry.
Our industry.
Our industry in Indonesia heavily gifted from design thinking. Design thinking. Is that correct? Could you write in a chat box to make it clear? Hello. Okay, let me help you. Or in Indonesia, industry in Indonesia is heavily heavily gifted. It just sounds a little bit weird for me. Gifted from heavily dependent. Oh, okay. Okay. Bu Yustia, dibaca di grup. Thank you, Miss Omaima. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. Mhm. Ibu Yustia,
Ya,
di grup, di chat
Grup.
box, di chat
Oke.
box.
Oke. Ya, sudah dapat.
Oke. Silahkan dijawab.
Langsung jawab.
Mhm.
Okay, about is digital. Thank you for your question, Omaima. Nice to meet you. Our industry in Indonesia heavily depend on design thinking. Yes. Of course, many industry in Indonesia depend on design thinking, like Ramis juga tell about Gojek, Gojek, Tokopedia, and Grab not from Indonesia. Tokopedia, Gojek, maybe Telkom, many industry in Indonesia use design thinking to improve the innovation, the technology. Is it clearly, Omaima?
Yeah, so is it heavily dependent or not?
Yes, it's dependent.
In some area, dependence, in some areas, because Indonesia is a developing countries. Not all countries have technological access. I mean, not provinces in Indonesia are accessible for the internet or the technology. So dependent on certain areas. Umaima, not all over Indonesia's industries, but maybe yes for the big industries in Indonesia, but of a small industry like homemade industry, design thinking perhaps will not if it is connected to the technology will not be used. I mean it is not heavily dependent. It's only for big industries, yes, of course. In a big cities, yes, but in a remote area, it perhaps
Not yet.
no.
Not yet.
Because
Not yet.
technology is not accessible there.
Yeah, but design thinking is not for improve for the technology. We can improve traditional product if we use design thinking. We can use it. Design thinking not about improve the innovation about digital technology, not. But design thinking, the concept of design thinking can improve innovation in traditional product. Like maybe you can improve water, mineral water. Mineral water is usual product in every day. But if you use the design thinking concept, you can make innovation about mineral water. Maybe from the design bottle, the bottle of design, design of bottle, you can improve, you can innovate. Maybe about the taste, the taste. Maybe about the tagline, or maybe innovation about the influencer, or influencer to marketing, about marketing. It's about the sending is for about good concept konsep.
Ya, oke.
Konsep berpikir gitu ya.
Oke, ya Ibu Yustia, Anda bicara soal tagline dan marketing, itu pasti ada hubungan dengan teknologi ya. Jadi tagline tidak mungkin. Jadi tadi saya sudah sampaikan bahwa secara umum kalau big industries yes, tapi kalau di tempat-tempat yang butuh akses teknologi, design heavily dependent on. Design thinking saya paham. Omaima, could you check my answer, additional answer in the chat box? I think it explains more about design thinking in Indonesia and also the government support of the creative industries. Okay? Yeah,
Okay.
thank you. Just read my answers to help Ibu Yustia for further explanation. Thank you so much. Now, Hamid Ala, your turn, please. Hamid Hala.
Hello?
Hamid Ala, please. Yes. The last questions.
Yeah, thank you. It's my second time. I have a question. What is the relationship between design thinking and the creativity?
Could you repeat, please? Or you may write out in the chat box because
Okay,
it's not clear
check.
to understand or to get the point of your questions. Okay. What is the relationship between design thinking and creativity? Ibu Yustia, please, your answer.
There is, thank you for your question, Hamid Awa. Nice to meet you. I will answer your question. What is the relationship between design thinking and creativity? It's so close. So close. The relationship between design thinking and creativity. If we use design thinking, the concept of design thinking, we can make to be creative, because we will find an idea, and before we will find the idea, we must understand about our customer. Yeah, if we understand about our customer, their need, their want, yeah. So we can, I got an idea to solve their problem like that. So there is so close between design thinking and creativity. Like that, Hamidala.
Thank you so much, Ibu Yustia. And do you get the point of the explanations of Ibu Yustia or Miss Yustia? Hello, Ahmed. Do you, Ahmed Ala, you get the point? It is very closely relative, of course, because creativity without design thinking is impossible. Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you. Thank you. It's very easy, yeah? Okay. Well, anyway, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for today for the nice discussions. Hopefully, today's lecture will have impact, positive impact for your knowledge, for ours, for our knowledge, not only from your side, but our side also, because we both learn a lot of our lectures today. And again, thank you so much for today and have a nice day. See you tomorrow. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Bye-bye.
Waalaikumsalam.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye, everyone. See you tomorrow.
Thank you, Miss
Warahmatullahi
Yopi.
wabarakatuh.
Thank
See
you.
you. See you,
Bye.
Miss. Bye.
Thank you so much, Miss Yanti. Thank you so much, Mr. Widi. Thank you so much.
Udah foto belum tadi, Miss?
Sudah foto Ibu Maya. Di awal udah foto.
Bu Yustia, maaf, bisa minta tolong dipindahkan hostnya ke saya.
Oh, udah kok kayaknya ke Pak Febri hostnya. Oh, belum ya? Oh, iya ya.
Udah foto ya? Soalnya jadi kan editing dulu.
Sudah Pak Febri.
Oke. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Nasat Edward. Nice to
Thank
meet
you.
you.
Welcome. Nice to see you.
Next, tomorrow, Miss Ira.
Sumit again.
Bu Yanti, Pak Mas Fahmi masih ada di Zoom?
Kayaknya udah nggak ada, Bu.
Oke, oke. Thank you very much, Prof. Nashas, to
Nice to see you.
online teaching in today. Tomorrow will be
Yes.
continue with other my lecture. Thank
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Prof.
Yeah.
Nasar.
Welcome.
Okay. Okay, to all my students and all foreign students, I very thank you very much for your attention, for your question, for my lecture. Tomorrow I will hope you can be join again with other my lecture and a new topic. Thank you.
Thank you.
Mas Fahmi masih di sini? Mas Fahmi? Oke, Miss Yoga. Miss Yoga juga sudah tidak ada, Miss Yustia?
Iya, tidak
Miss
ada.
Yoga?
Tidak ada juga. Tidak
Oke.
ada. Adanya
Oke.
Pak Yoga.
Oke.
Adanya Pak Febri Yoga.
Okay, Professor Nasar, I will live in online Gen meeting. Thank you very much for your all attention. And then I will continue tomorrow. Thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.